So recently I've been doing these posts on what should be in a relationship toolbox. And from the feedback that I've received, I decided, what the heck, I'm going to do a series. So this is going to kick off the series on what should be in your relationship toolbox. And so what do I mean by that? Well, this concept of toolbox, I learned from other coaches in the recent years, and it made total sense to me because I realized that I have been accumulating tools in my personal toolbox and tools in my personal relationship toolbox for years. So what does that mean? Well, there's tools, there's things that you can use, there's skills that you can develop that make navigating relationships pretty seamless and happy. What do you think about that? A happy relationship. How about if all of your relationships are inside the happy zone most of the time? And that's not by default that will occur. It is by intentional action, intentional learning, intentional accumulating of these skills that will actually move your relationships forward. Relationships are pretty much all the same. They involve people. They involve people that are different than we are. A lot of times people are having difficulties in a parent-child relationship or a lifetime partner, your relationship, your romantic partner relationship. And that's when they really feel it and they reach out. And that's because those relationships hit us more at the core because they're our closest relationships. But all relationships have the same fundamentals that they operate from. And these fundamentals apply to our closest relationships as well. So having a toolbox of accumulated skills, things that are important in actually creating, navigating, and being happy in, that's a great thing. I mean, we can master working with difficult people, or we can keep it tolerable. But how about if we use these accumulated skills or these accumulated tools to create happy relationships in our lives? Well, it starts with a personal toolbox because happy people have happy relationships. And if you're not happy on the inside, your relationships tend to be less happy, more friction filled. If you ever notice someone who's got a bit of a noise, they have a noisiness to them, meaning their energy isn't real clean. It's like there's some distraction, like you can tell that there's these thoughts going on or something, like there's a real running that's maybe a little noisy, as opposed to a real running that's very spacious, as my friend Katerina Satori coined it. Very spacious, a very open energy. The more open our energy, the more we can let happiness in, the more we're open to receiving people where they are. We don't transfer a filter on them. Our filter, if we're in a day where a lot of things are acting up or they're breaking, it's like, how many people think, well, what's the next thing to break? Well, what's going to happen next? Well, this isn't going well. I wonder what else isn't going to. And in doing that, we actually invite in more noise into our world instead of developing a toolbox of personal habits, personal processes. They can show up as morning prayer, afternoon meditation, evening walk, morning gratitude list, afternoon. Sometimes when my world gets a little, I'll call it shaky, I start to feel the world rumbling a little bit. Just sitting down and writing out a list of things that I'm grateful for, speaking out loud the things that I appreciate, becoming a notice for appreciation. Definitely meditation. Meditation is it's a huge tool for me. I did not always meditate. I wish that the meditation method that I learned from a coach a few years back now, I wish I had learned that more like sooner in my life, because the difference in how almost unshakable you become. The world is rumbling around you, but if you can be steady and calm in the midst of it, you will invite to you um, you will invite to you people that are called to be with you. You'll invite to you good things. You'll invite to you ideas that will present opportunities for creations, because relationships are creationships. Someone said that a long time ago. That's not my phrase, but it's so flippin' true. They're creationships. And when we're dealing with a lot of internal noise, we don't we're not present in the relationship, and we don't have ourselves open. We have a more constricted capacity for creation. Creation is the most beautiful point that you can be at in your life, the most beautiful point that you can be at in your relationships, and really the different tools that I'm going to talk about in this series they're creation tools. That's really what they are. They're tools to create. So as we go through and we talk about the relationship toolbox, I'm also going to be talking about the personal toolbox that you need to have as things come up, because the more you have to give, the more you will receive.